Alright, so I know this is a different video than what I normally do. Normally when I do my social commentary videos, I'm actually not showing my face, but this time I am because I did not feel like editing this entire talk that I'm about to do. I'm gonna try not to make this more than 10 minutes because I have things to do, but I've been waiting all day for this. You have seen the title, of course, and if you have not, if you have not been on social media for the past 12 hours, I can understand why you don't know about this. But if you have, like I said, you've seen the title. We're talking about Coryxkenshin, okay? And this whole thing that's blowing up about him, basically in these accusations against him. Now, if you haven't watched my first video about Coryxkenshin, you should actually watch it because it's a very interesting video and it gives you hindsight about my thoughts about Coryxkenshin and how I handle him. Basically, a summary is I've been watching Cory for a long time. He's actually inspired me to do a lot. He actually inspired me in some cases to actually do my channel and do the work that I actually do. But I did have other inspirations other than him, but he was one of them that really made me confident that I might be actually able to make good money off it and take care of, the people that I love, my family and stuff with it. So he has been a part of my life for a long time. And if you don't know what's happening, I'll briefly explain it. I'll try editing Zatara's, try to put like videos and stuff about this whole thing if you can. But I'll be explaining a lot of it. So basically, recently, I don't know when, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, I don't know. But recently, very recently, somebody by the username of Panda Ninja XX ended up posting on her TikTok. Well, this is a woman that posted on her TikTok. Recently has been posting things on her TikTok regarding Coryxkenshin. She showed video and photo evidence that apparently her and Coryxkenshin actually had a thing, like 7 years ago. Keep that in mind as I talk about this. Like 7 years ago, this was. And she has video and photo evidence, so there's no doubt about it that they had a thing. It's just it was a long time ago. But after that, she started putting things like messages and these little type things on her. I'm not on TikTok, so I don't know how this stuff works. But she put like eventually actually put screenshots from an Xbox account of conversations that she's had with Cory. Now, the thing about it is that basically in these messages, you are seeing Cory being a totally different person. He's cursing, which is something that he does not do in his videos, and also something that he even said he doesn't even do outside of his channel. So you're seeing him acting like a completely different person than what he's doing in these supposed messages that he's having with this woman. Also, in the video, if I can show it, I will in the video, but I'm going to explain it. And if I can show it, editing's hours, cut this part out. But in the video, he actually, there's a video of him and the girl walking somewhere. I don't know where they are, but they're walking somewhere. And basically, Cory mentions how he basically couldn't sleep the night before. And she made like kind of a jokey question, which was like, "Oh, were you watching me while I slept?" And Cory was like, "Actually, I did do something to you while you were sleeping. I'm sorry. It's like I have this weird fetish, and I just did something to you. But I didn't hurt you. You're fine, right? Like you're fine." And stuff like that. And she's like, "Cory, what did you do? I'm going to find out what you did. Find out next time." And they kind of joke about it. I'm gonna get to my thoughts on that later. But that is what the video was. And also in these kind of text messages that are being shown, it's shown that Cory is like basically saying that, oh, she, like, these messages on Xbox are like a year later from something, and she like he like explains that, oh, she asks her if she's seeing a guy, and she explains that she didn't feel comfortable or didn't feel happy of what he was doing to her or something like that. And this led people to believe that this was a confirmation from her that Coryxkenshin was I'm not monetized, but I don't want to get demonetized or possibly flagged for this. So I'm going to say SA'd this girl. If you don't know what that means, you shouldn't be on this video. Click off right now. But basically, he did something. He did something behind the scenes in the dark that shouldn't be done to a woman or to a man, but you know what I mean. So he allegedly, people are saying he SA'd this woman, and that's what they thought that she was saying. But here's the thing: there has been so many videos talking about this topic. I am not the only one, and I'm not the first one. Probably not going to be the last one. But if you look at the messages, you can actually see that no, she's not saying that and there's no evidence to say that he SA'd somebody, that he SA'd this woman. There is plausible evidence, though, that he is kind of probably evidence that he is possibly a different person than we thought off of YouTube that he is on YouTube, which is a whole separate thing that I'm going to get into later. But the thing about it is that here's what appears to be the story. Coryxkenshin seemed to have been in some sort of situationship with this woman 7 years ago. And it seems as if, with the evidence presented by her, that basically he used her for kind of just sexual relations, but not a relationship. And it seems like she had traumas with people SAing her, with another guy SAing her, which bothered her, the fact, because in one of the messages, hopefully you guys saw it, but in one of the messages it was said that, Corey said something like, I wouldn't contact you after a year asking you to be my girlfriend, or something like that. It alludes to they were a thing, but not like an official relationship, only like just kind of a situationship in terms of having consensual sexual relations with each other. But she felt some sort of way of that, which I'm going to go into what I think about both sides of this story in a minute. But that's what it seems like the story seems to be. But what I'm primarily here for is I'm here to discuss the community. It's where I discuss when I talked about that whole situation where people thought Corey was looking at that girl's behind. It's what I'm going to talk about now. The community. Guys, I've heard so many things about people throwing away Coryxkenshin merch. He's lost subscribers since this whole thing. In the matter of 5 hours. 5 hours, people. Okay, as of now, 12 hours. But 5 hours. I saw something minor about this. I thought I saw something minor about this when this morning when I was looking at my phone. But then it was only because someone personal to me really told me the depth about it, and I was like, what is going on? It's like I'm not gonna be able to do this in 10 minutes. I'm gonna edit this. I'm probably gonna do another one tomorrow morning, but this we I 5 hours we blew this up. People are saying he should be canceled now. People are already saying that he SA'd somebody and he's a horrible person. But here's the thing, guys. Have you proven it? Or are you just going based off of what other people are saying about it? See, when I heard about it, I did my research. I watched people who were talking about it. I watched the accusations. I looked at things. I spent hours today looking at this thing. Not hours, but I spent a good amount of time looking at it and researching about it. And then I came to the conclusion, it's possible. Do I want to believe it? No, but the truth is the truth and the lie is a lie. If it's true, it's true. And the lie is a lie. And if it's not true, it's not true. I don't want it to be because I look up to him as a really good person. But it's like, I'm gonna have to make another part to this. So we need to talk about the community primarily. Literally the next morning after I recorded the first part to this video talking about the whole controversy of Coryxkenshin. Yeah, new mic, because that other mic, this one, you've seen it. It did not sound like as good as I thought it would, and this one sounds much better. So I'm using this one. But where I left off yesterday was I said I wanted to talk about the community and how they have responded to this situation. Now, I like how somebody put it at one point. He was like, the headline in this society, the headline is the full story, the conviction, and the execution. And I love that quote because, and you may say it's, if you're against him, you may say it's like, but it's not just a headline. She gave us the evidence, she gave us this, that, and the third, which I get and I understand that. However, that's only one side's opinion. That's only one side's story. You don't know Cory's story, and even if you look at it, there are some disparities in that. If she is talking about him, okay. This one guy, I don't know his name, but he was one of the first videos I watched of like really like deeply trying to get into the answers of these allegations. And he actually did find the Xbox account that was associated with, allegedly associated with Coryxkenshin. And it did seem like it was the same account. It was very disappointing, but that is just what he found. So there's actually little evidence to state that it is false, that this is Cory. But we have to look at now about, okay, what was going on. And I know a lot of people want to do that on immediate, but I'm going to sit here and say, you know what kind of person I am. I'm going to say that's the right thing we should do. But the fact that, and this is what I'm really getting kind of pressed about, the fact that that the community will so quickly shun and not support Cory after years of being a part of his fandom because of this one thing that hasn't even been confirmed yet. Because let's be honest, there's a possibility that these messages and stuff could have been fabricated. The videos and the pictures, no, though that's video and picture evidence. I looked at them very closely. It didn't seem like they were fabricated in any way. No, this looked like legit pictures and photos and videos of them together. The whole thing about what he said in that video, as I discussed earlier in this video, I think he was joking. Cory, that's one of the things that, it's not that I don't like about Cory, but it's something that's concerning to me about Cory, is that he makes a lot of risque type jokes. So especially back then at that time. So it's not astronomical to think that he was making just a messed up joke at the time, because they was laughing and stuff like that. So it's not abnormal that he would have made that joke, a joke like that at that time. So I do, yes, think that he was joking in the video, and he was not literal that he did something to that woman. Now, you may say it's me being biased, but it's me being completely honest. If he did it, he did it. That's wrong. I don't support that. But there are many levels that I have to go through to completely unsubscribe, throw away my merch, and all that stuff. And I guess I'll get into that now. I heard even the guy that I watched, who I mentioned earlier, that did a lot of really deep diving into this and even found the Xbox account that was associated in the screenshots of Cory. One thing I disagree with what he says, like, if he did actually do that, I can't support him anymore. Even if he's changed from that, that's still his past. Y'all know what kind of person I am. I'm a devoted Christian, and the Word of God talks about forgiveness. And I would say if he's done that, yes, that is wrong. If the allegations are true that he was emotionally manipulative to this person, then yes, I would not feel great about that. I would not feel good about that. It would completely change my perspective of him and because he said multiple things about himself, like done one thing about the cursing. He's always says he doesn't even curse outside of YouTube, but in here he's cursing. So I don't. That'll make me feel skeptical. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because Corey is a person who does not put his personal life in his YouTube channel, which makes sense. A lot of people don't. I don't. I don't put my personal life really into YouTube because like I don't want my business mixing in with my personal life. I want my personal life. I don't want, even with my 89, almost 90 subscribers, I don't want 90 people viewing what I do on my personal basis. Not that I'm doing really anything wrong. I just don't want them. That's my personal stuff. So that makes sense. But it's like, but yeah, it would shake me. It would shake the internet. So I'm not denying that. But if he did that wrong thing in the past and then turned away from it now, and he's trying to live a completely different, because remember, this was like 7 years ago. If he's turned from that and living this entirely different life, then that's another thing. And I think if he admits and does the right thing and admits, yes, what he did was wrong and I'm not about that life anymore, I would be able to move on and watch his content as I always have. I don't think that should affect his content just because that is his past. Like, you shouldn't allow somebody's past to make them who they are now. I know way too many people in my life who do that, and it's hard on them. It's hard on them because it's a lack of forgiveness, and it hurts them a lot. And I'm not trying to say immediately that, oh, forgiveness is for you, not for the other person. It could be both. It could be both, depending on what the situation is. But yeah, I think it's both. So I'm saying it's the morning, so I'm not yawn, but it's the morning. So I'm just saying it's like, it's so crazy how the community blew this thing up in the matter of 5, or as of yesterday, like 12 hours. People are saying all these things when we don't have the full story on it. Which immediately, obviously, I was like, okay, Corey, what's his side of it? I know somebody who said, I'm not believing it until Corey says that. I'm not saying I believe anything. Like, I'm not saying I believe her. I'm not saying I don't believe her. I'm not saying I don't believe her. I'm not saying I believe her. I am neutral to the situation until more evidence comes out. This is deep diving evidence. This is some deep evidence. But I want to get the full two sides, and then I will decide. I want to see what Corey says. I want to see what the plaintiff says. If y'all don't know, that's court terminology. Yeah, but I want the plaintiff testimony. I want to see his side of it. So that's kind of why I address Corey in this. I doubt you're going to see this, but if you do, I agree with that one guy said, you got a week. It will be in your best interest to speak on this now, Corey. I can't tell you what to do, but I would say you got to speak now. The people are waiting for your testimony, and we need answers on this right now. You have to have known about it. It's everywhere. Even I know about it. Everywhere, people are finding out about this. Everywhere. Gotta say something. But the ultimate thing that I'm focusing on is the whole thing about the community. It's kind of really wrong how you guys are putting this out and how you guys are jumping to the end conclusion and acting on your emotions instead of acting on the reasoning of how much evidence we actually have. And you may say we do have a lot of evidence, but that all evidence was provided by one source. Always in investigations, you need evidence provided by multiple different sources saying the same thing. This is why I got proper evidence. This is why when I did the whole thing about Coryxkenshin, looking at that woman's behind, I got that from evidence from multiple different areas who were saying the same thing. So that's how I knew my evidence was proper. But this evidence isn't completely proper. Yes, it is decently maybe trustworthy if we can prove that they were not fabricated. Because notice how in the screenshots she posted, there are no dates. No dates. Interesting. There's no dates. So it's really hard. If I remember correctly, you can have the same name as somebody on Xbox. You can have the same account name as somebody. So that is possible. I know even on PS4, because I play PS4, I see so many people with if I look Coryxkenshin, I see so many people with the name Coryxkenshin on PS4. It's like, what? That's kind of messed up. So, it's like, yeah, Corey, it will be in your best interest to respond as soon as possible because this is getting real. And the people need answers. I'm going to be here still watching your videos, but unfortunately, every time I watch your videos now, I think about this. So I just need, not that I think you're a bad guy or anything. It's like, this is stressful and this is complicated and we need answers about what is happening, what is going on. So with all that being said, gosh, it's so early in the morning. Thank y'all for watching. I pray that the truth comes out and the truth and nothing but the truth and the whole truth. And yeah, we can continue moving as a society. So, yep, new videos coming out. I guess I'll do a little bit of announcements here. New videos coming out soon. I would look at my posts, like my little posts that I've made recently on my channel. I did make an announcement recently on there regarding one of my new series that I'm putting out. So please look at that. And, yep, I will see y'all in the next one. Later.